So here, all you can see that I'm doing is I'm taking my templates that I've gone around with the Proplex, which is this stuff here, and all I've done is I've put that on the insulation board, and I've just literally just taped it down slightly. It's a bit windy out here, so I've taped it down slightly, and I'm just going to saw around that, and I'll have a nice clean template. I'll probably end up cutting this one actually in half across the length to put it in, because I'm not going to have enough room in the van just to put that in one piece. It just won't go. So right. Okay, and there's the template that's now cut out of the Proplex template that I made. That will obviously need some adjustment. So how I do this normally, as you see, I use a kind of standard saw to cut the big chunks out and get it into some kind of size that I can work with, and then I'm just using pretty much a standard kind of bread knife, and I'm using that to carve out the main detail there, and I'll use the knife when I start to put it into the van to actually sort of cut out any bits that need to be removed. As I said before, that some of the cavities in the van kind of narrow at one end, or taper in on the side, so I just have to sort of nip out some pieces of the board with a knife just to get it to fit snugly. So that's all done. I've run out of board. I need to get some more board. I've got a couple more templates to do, but enough to make a start. So here we go. We're just starting to put the insulation in. So as you can see, I've got all of the template parts. Okay, and the first bit of insulation on the back door is in. Now, the thing to remember when you're going to put the insulation in is, even when you've got the templates, like these ones here, they are really only a rough guide, because as I mentioned previously, the doors, let's have a look at this here. Typically, if you can have a look at the sort of aperture there, it's not uniform. So at the top here it goes in and is slightly smaller. At the bottom it's flared out and wider, and obviously in the middle you've also got a fairly significant, if you can see that there, a fairly significant ridge, which I had to cut out in that piece. I had to cut out a ridge right literally down the middle, so that I could get that in as evenly as possible, so that obviously when I put the moisture barrier on that side before it gets covered, I could get that on. So thing to bear in mind when you do the template, it really is only as a guideline. That back door panel is a really good example. In actual fact, when you look at the right top, that's wider and longer than the bottom, and even the left top is a completely different dimension to its opposite corner. So when you do this, you have to, as you can see, you'll have to slice stuff off. I'm just using a standard bread knife, where it's buried somewhere over here. Yeah, standard kind of bread knife to do that with, and just take the bits off. So onwards and upwards. Okay, so some hours later, I've got the back doors done. I've got the top side quarter done, the bottom done. As you notice, the wheel arch is also now wrapped on that side and that side. Now, the only one actually that's glued in place is that one. All of the others are just being held by tape, because after doing the first one, it became very obvious very quickly. It was easier to cut all the boards, put them in place, and there's still a little bit I need to do on that one down there, and then glue them when they were in. Now this one on the top panels was quite interesting. It's a really good example of what I was saying about the apertures being slightly different. So in this one here, down at the bottom here, there's enough space there for a 2-inch board. So originally I cut a 50mm templated piece out and put it in, and it was fantastic at the top, filled the gaps really nicely. But unfortunately, at the bottom and the sides down here, it was just too big. I tried to chip away at it, but to little avail. So I ended up cutting actually a 25mm piece, and in the gaps here, if you're going to be able to see this, let me just, yeah, you're not going to be able to see that on that side. But in the 25mm where I've got gaps, when I decide what I'm going to cover this with, I'll fill it out with another piece, some of the offcuts of the fiberboard, and the same on this side as well. So that's where we are. So that needs to be glued. Got a couple of bits to put in there. Interestingly, down on the bottom here, let me just move that around. So down on the bottom board here, there's actually enough space down here and in the sides here to put an additional 25mm piece of board. So the lower panels all around the van will have actually 75mm of fibre insulation board, and the tops there will have 25, and possibly at the bottom something more like 35 or 36mm. By the time I've cut some shavings out and just you know, bolstered them out where I can. So that's where we are. So insulation well on the way, and next stage will be gluing them in and then covering them up with the vapor barrier. So that's where we are at the moment. So insulation kind of well on the way. You'll notice as well the wheel wells now I've covered them with a fibre barrier, and over in the corner here we've got some. I've started cutting wood out for the that'll be the frame for the raised floor, because I am actually going to put 25mm Celotex on the bottom of the van, raise the floor by 25mm to put some insulation, and the reasons for that will become clear in a later video. So yeah, that's where we are. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the conversion, you like the stuff I'm doing here, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Show me your soul, baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul, honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.